Russo's Playbook.
All right, what's up, everybody? We are back with another episode of Russo's Playbook, episode 26. We got Hunter in Hawaii, AG, actually upstairs in my crib. We had some technical difficulties, but we figure it out. We get a show out of it, as always. You can find the show on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can read up on our blogs, russosplaybook.com. Got Hunter at It's Low Black 22, AG on Twitter at It's AG 400. Those are socials. I'm at Russo's Playbook. I think that we say that every time. You guys should know that by now. But listen, we got plenty to talk about. First week of football in the books, except for the Ravens Raiders tonight. That one I think is going to be electric. But I mean, like I said, plenty to talk about. Stop That's NFL games, and let's jump right into it, man.
Yep.
So we got Stop That first. I gotta go with Pro Football Focus, and let me just correctly get this drunk tweet they let out. But I mean, this was absolutely absurd. So they're on Twitter in the middle of the games, and they tweet out. No, I'm sorry. This was at night, 10:17 p.m. They definitely was sauce. They tweeted out the two rookie QBs who didn't start have a lot done more than the three who did.
And
That's word for word, too, right?
No, Russo did not mess that up. That
is word for word. Word for word. And then the tweet under it. Zach Wilson had 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mac Jones had 281 touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence had 330 yards, 3 touchdowns. But the two guys that got 10 plays maybe? I
got you. Trey Lance, I got you. Trey Lance went 1 for 1 for 5 yards and a touchdown with 3 carries for 2 yards. And Justin Fields he went 2 for 2 for 10 yards and 1 carry for 3 yards and a touchdown. So, I mean, yeah, they both scored, but they both played about 4 plays.
That's solid. That's solid. But listen, I got to say to Pro Football Talk is stop that. Thank you, guys. A little delayed reaction. We'll blame that on Hawaii. But but no, man, it's ridiculous. Come on.
No, dude. At that point in time, it's just like we've talked about them so many times before. We've called them out left and right, but it just gets worse and worse as the weeks go on. Like, first of all, just reread the tweet, edit it, make sure it doesn't sound like they're absolutely hammered. And second of all, just get the statistics right. Like, I'm not arguing against Trey Lance and Justin Fields being 100%, being 1 for 1 and 2 for 2, but I am going to argue the fact that they played like 3 or 4 plays each, maybe a couple more, I guess, but I don't know. That's just ridiculous. That's stupid to say. Zach Wilson looked good. Everybody else looked good. I would say, out of the best, obviously Trevor Lawrence kind of put up the numbers, looked like the more all-around solid quarterback. But I don't know. PFF, I'm over them. I'm very, very over them.
Overall, they all don't make sense, man. But what you got for number 2, AG?
We got to talk about the Last Dance Packers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams talking all this stuff all off season. We were behind it. All 3 of us. Yep. We were like, you know what? I can see it. Pretty sure we all picked the Packers winning that division. We all were like, oh, the Packers, they've got a chance to really be on some last dance shit and, get the job done. I think I may have even picked them as like one of my top 5 teams the other day when we did that. We might have all picked them. And they went out there and got absolutely smoked by Jameis Winston, who was in a quarterback battle with Taysom Hill all summer. And they lost 38-3. I think Aaron Rodgers was like 15 for 29, no touchdowns and a pick.
He had 2 picks. He had 2 picks.
Yeah, 2 picks. That's what I meant. No touchdowns, 2 picks.
2 picks.
Yeah.
3 plays.
Yeah. And I think it was 15 for 29 or something like that. Like, it was just there's no bueno. So to the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams had 5 catches for 56 yards. You got to do better, man. You all got to do better. So Packers, stop that.
I agree. Like you said, too, we were kind of like really behind him and stuff, but I do give credit where it's due because Jameis Winston came out of absolutely fucking nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
What do you have, 5 touchdowns yesterday?
5 touchdowns,
That? Man, I don't know if you guys, the people watching this remember, but we made fun of him when he got that laser eye surgery like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
That might help.
That may have helped. Like,
it worked.
He looked like a brand new guy out there.
It worked.
Yeah.
He was making some incredible throws left and right. Like, altogether, the Saints offense was clicking on all cylinders, and he looked like he was in charge. He
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Maui's shutting us down. Uh-oh.
Might the
What'd
downfall
you
of
say?
what
Repeat
we
that one, Hunter?
Packers.
Hunter.
Congrats to the
Hunt.
uprising.
He can't even
Come on,
hear us.
Jason.
He can't even hear us.
Hunt, take a second.
What?
You're frozen on the screen.
All right, I'm back.
There he is.
we got none of that.
Yeah, cut
I
out
don't know
right,
what you
right,
just
right
said.
as you started talking.
I said with the looking of a little bit of a downfall from the Packers, like shout out to the uprising for the Saints because I didn't expect that from them. I didn't expect it to be 38-3, like, something maybe a little bit closer with the Saints at, putting up a couple touchdowns and the Packers ending up winning, but that was just something else, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, and it got me thinking. I think I saw you like a tweet about it, AG, but I took it a step further, right? What if Aaron Rodgers came back to tank it for them, right? But not just tank it. He's going to give them a number 3 top 3 draft pick and make them decide, do we draft a new quarterback or go Jordan Love while I leave?
Ooh.
I mean, that could be spicy.
Yeah, it said the tweet was like something like Aaron Rodgers coming back to the Packers just to sabotage their entire season is a conspiracy theory that I'm 100% going to get behind and willing to spread to others.
And here we are.
Spreading it to others.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have to be there. We already all talked about that. Like he doesn't owe it to anyone. He doesn't have to be there at all. So honestly, there definitely is some kind of like he doesn't care about how this goes, how this plays out, left, right, front, center, whatever. But regardless, it's his last year, so I feel like he might also be in the moment, like the moment of like, all right, like if we're gonna suck, we're gonna suck. If we're gonna be good, we're gonna be good. But I'm gonna just play my game. If it sucks, it sucks. I hope everybody else can pick it up for me. And that's just not how the Packers roll. It's kind of like Aaron Rodgers, for the love of God, save us. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's what they're waiting for.
Yeah.
But what you got for number 3, Hunt?
All right, so I know I'm beating a dead horse here, or I kind of wish I was, but for the third week, I think in like 5 weeks, I'm coming after Conor McGregor again, just simply because he's just like, dude, if you want to be a celebrity, just be a celebrity. Get out the UFC already. He started more drama. He tried to fight MGK because MGK wouldn't take a picture with him, which, I mean, although it's like pretty childish, it's just like, dude, you're lame. Like you are so lame for that. Like literally all I have to say to you is stop that. Exactly. Like, dude, like basically it's one of those things now where it's Conor McGregor is going to continue to try and stir up the news. He feels like he's irrelevant again. He feels like he should be mattering to people's lives, but the God's honest truth is he doesn't. He asked MGK for a picture. MGK didn't want to take a picture with him. So for him to kind of go throw a drink in his face and then, I don't know if anyone else saw the video, but the way he even threw the drink was just like, yeah.
It was
like
it was
with his elbow. Like it was kind of sad to see. Like no one ever taught this guy to throw a baseball or a football for sure. Only punches. But at the end of the day, I don't know. It's just embarrassing for him. I'm sick and tired of Conor McGregor. I'm never gonna stop talking about how sick of Conor McGregor I am. So there it is.
You let him know. I hear you. Listen, some things are just extremely frustrating, man. And when stupidity keeps hitting, you gotta just keep bringing it up.
I got to, bro. I'm gonna not stop harmonizing on it. But that part of the issue is I feel like this is what he wants. He wants people to talk about his stupidity, to remember him. All the dumb things that he's doing in between. So it's like, you win some, you lose some. But for this one, I'm definitely gonna call him out for that one. And honestly, I don't know why. I think MGK could slightly give him the hands. Slightly.
I mean, he's got the reach.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like that's kind of almost an even fight in my head. Like I think MGK, you might sauce him up a little bit. I don't know.
And then to your point about it, like just being for attention, he just wants to get like some people talking about him and stuff like that. That's been these marketing schemes for Conor McGregor the entire time he's been in the mainstream world. You know what I mean? He's constantly doing that. So it's like we said like a couple weeks ago, it's just getting to the point where it's like, all right, we don't really care anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Relax a little bit.
Yeah, you lost us.
Yeah, you lost us. When you lost some fights in the ring, you lost us. All right, brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got another stop that. I don't know how this slipped our minds, man. But you guys saw the Jacksonville State Hail Mary against Florida State?
I did, yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Do you guys know what was happening in the end zone as Jacksonville State was running into said end zone?
I seen that as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, what?
Bro, a Florida State player was proposing to his girlfriend, I guess, in the end zone, thinking that they're winning the game, and Jacksonville State's just running to the end zone, just celebrating their win, and Florida State players in the end zone, behind the end zone, just proposing to his girl.
Yeah.
That's got to be the worst proposal of all time.
That's bad.
As they're getting a Hail Mary on your head.
Yeah, that's one to never forget. I can promise you that much.
That's true. That's got to be the worst proposal of all time, though. Got to be top 5.
You gotta think that one through, bro. You gotta think that one through.
Wait till the clock strikes.
0-0-0.
It's a one possession game.
Yeah. Like that means so you literally took her and was like, yo, meet me in the back of the end zone with 10 seconds left. They walk over there, and as the clock's running out, Hail Mary being caught in the end zone, ran to the end zone. He's taking a knee. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what are you doing?
Bro, I think the worst
part. I kind of feel terrible.
I think the worst part, the part that we really should be stopping, we should stop that to the fact that he decided to choose beating Jacksonville State as an appropriate time to propose in the first place. And you're at Florida State. You're a Florida State Seminole. And, when we beat Jacksonville State, babe, come down there and meet me down there. We're going to celebrate because we beat Jacksonville State so he can propose. Jacksonville State, are you serious? You think he wanted to do it last week, but they lost to Notre Dame?
Yeah. Maybe.
Because that would have been
that was at Notre Dame.
Yeah, I know, right? But either way, I don't know what the man was thinking. That's all I gotta say.
For getting it done. Shout out to them for just
listen, that's a whole group of stop that's right there, and I'm sure we can have plenty more. I mean, Washington football team stadium, literally pissing on their fans during the game while they're losing, like. The pipe broke, water going everywhere. I mean, listen, we got a lot of stop that's, but we got to get into the best of the show, really, which is all these NFL games. I know everybody loved watching them. It was fun, man, for real. So we'll kick it off. First game I got. We'll kind of run through it. If you guys want to touch on anything extra, we'll stop and do that as well. But Seahawks beat Colts 28-16. The only thing I took away from this, and it's really a whole group thing, NFC West went undefeated in week 1. I mean, that's absurd. That's crazy.
They're dominant. They're dominant.
They really are. No, but Carson Wentz came out. He had his 2 touchdowns. My bet hit. The only one of mine. But yeah, I mean, Russ was cooking as usual. You got Tyler Lockett catching, beautiful over-the-shoulder passes. It was unbelievable, some of the throws and catches they had.
Twice. 2 touchdowns.
Holding down Tyler Lockett's holding down my fantasy team this week, baby. Oh yeah,
for sure. Holding down plenty of fantasy teams, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But then we got the Texans beating the Jaguars 37-21. I'm tight, dude, because I sent in when we were picking our bets. I sent it into AG. I go and I picked all for some reason underdogs. I was feeling it. I picked Texans, Dolphins to win, and the only one that didn't have picked 5 of them. The only one that didn't hit was the Jets. But before I locked those picks, I switched them up, man. So that's on me. I went 1-4 instead of 4-1. I'm pretty upset about it. But overall, Tyrod Taylor, how about him?
I've been telling y'all about that, man.
Look great, bro. Him and Teddy B, bro. Both of them are like they've got the same energy where it's like they could be starting for multiple teams in the NFL. However, they just get tough breaks where they end up going to these places, these different teams, these teams draft rookie quarterbacks. Rookie quarterbacks is who they want to see. They move to the bench until they move on to the next team. You know what I'm saying? That's been the story of their lives, just shifting around. The fact that both of them have landed starting jobs and they both won week 1, more power to them. I fucking love that. Absolutely love that. But Tyrod looked great. So did Teddy. Teddy B had what, like 2 incompletions at halftime? He was like 16 for or something like that.
2 gloves.
Yeah, Teddy 2 gloves, baby. He looked great out there. But overall, going back to Tyrod Taylor, man, for him to get the injury he sustained too from the Chargers, like literally he got stabbed by his last team to move on to the Houston, which is kind of a dumpster fire.
Oh my God.
Like,
I just realized what you said. Literally, he got stabbed by his last
literally got
team.
stabbed by the team doctor, bro. Like that guy punctured his freaking lung, and he's out here playing for Houston now, of all teams who obviously they don't have a lot going on for themselves, but they they were able to catch the dub, man. And Tyrod looked great. He looks like, he has the thing I think that he's playing with is he has nothing to lose, man. Absolutely nothing to lose. Like he knows Deshaun's still there. He knows no one's expecting a lot from Houston, so he's gonna give what he can give. He's gonna do what he can do, and I mean, good kudos to him. He looked great yesterday.
Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence, like we stated in the stop that he had went 330 yards, I believe, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So he had an even day. I mean, he's getting used to it, and he's still slinging. I think he threw it 56 times. So I mean, the guy's looking like he can handle it and understand it. Obviously, is the number 1 pick, and that's all you want to see out of them.
Yeah. I mean, the 3 interceptions were definitely kind of probably what changed the game for them. But look, man, that's his first game of his career. Peyton Manning threw so many interceptions his first year. We all saw what he was able to become. That's
actually his first loss of his regular season career, going back to high school, college, and now the NFL. So that's wild. That's wild.
He doesn't like losing. That's for sure.
No, not at all.
He's gonna bounce back from this, man. He's gonna learn, and he's gonna end up being fine. The fact that he was able to put up 300 plus yards and 3 touchdowns, like if he can minimize the mistakes, that team's gonna be pretty dangerous in the future.
I'm concerned with. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on, AG.
And I was just gonna say they had him slinging it though, so he put up that 330, but on 51 passes. So I mean, they were letting him sling that cheese. So I mean, 330 makes sense. But yeah, if he minimizes those mistakes, he'll be solid. He'll be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
I'm more worried about Urban Meyer than I am Trevor Lawrence. If that makes sense. I don't think he's going to be the right coach. I think in I guess 2 years, 3 years after this year, whatever, I think they'll be looking for a new one, somebody else to click with Trevor. But sorry, a little hot take right there. But let's keep it moving. We got the Eagles beating the Falcons 32-6. My only takeaway from these two is that the Falcons are maybe worse than I thought, and the Eagles are maybe a little better than I thought. That's my 2 takeaways.
I mean, all around they look good. Jalen Hurts looked good. Devontae Smith looked like he's ready to play in the NFL. Again, I think, like you said, the Falcons probably aren't as good as we expected. They're definitely on a downward spiral kind of year. But for the Eagles to still be able to do what they did, impressive for me. It's just against some real competition. I want to see how their defense holds up, because I still don't think they have enough pieces on defense to stop a real offense. They have a decent front 8, but they have Darius Slay. But other than that, it's kind of just like, after you get rid of those big names, you don't really know what's going on. So we'll see what happens, but kudos to the Eagles, man. They got it done as well.
I'm ready for people to stop sleeping on Jalen Hurts. So people let me know when it's time.
I've been saying I like them.
Yeah, dude, he's a baller, man. I mean, like Hunter said, we got to see it against some better competition. So I'm not going all in on him or anything, but he played very well, man. 27 for 35, 264, 3 tutties, 7 carries for 62 yards on the ground.
Yeah. That's huge.
Come on.
For sure.
The 27 for 35 is the important part there. Because that's the part that
accurate all day, man.
They say he can't really throw that too well as other quarterbacks. All right. Well, check that out. Check out what actually happens in real life, because it looks good.
100%. Next game we got though. Chargers beating Washington 20-16. Fitzmagic hurt, hip injury. Taylor Heineke stepping in for the start on Thursday. Look at Hunter, hella excited.
My dog.
Let's just hope he plays good. If not, I could definitely see a Cam Newton reunion here.
Yeah, big time. Maybe. I know Ron Rivera and Cam have that really, really special relationship that it's never going to die out. They had probably their best years in the NFL were obviously together. My whole thing is, though, don't sleep on Taylor, bro. Do not sleep on Taylor Heineke whatsoever. He showed what he can do against the Bucs defense last year during the Bucs' insane Super Bowl run. He's the only quarterback to keep it. They were the only team to even keep it close within the Bucs. Everybody else just got, blown up. But this is a guy who, he kind of went away from, a big draft prospect. He went to Old Dominion University, right? Nobody knows about Old Dominion unless you are from the East Coast. He didn't play crazy competition, but the numbers that he put up while he was there they'd blow you away. People sleep on his athleticism. He can make it both happen with his feet and with his throwing. People sleep on his accuracy, and people sleep on his leadership, man. He proved that he can step into a big time game, play, and I don't think there's anything he wants more than this opportunity, especially on a Thursday night, to kind of prove himself, especially to the team. But I mean, it's one of those things where I've been preaching about it, man. Don't sleep on this guy, and I really do hope that he comes through on Thursday. I hope he's impressive. I hope he has a stellar game, but it's all going to be in due time. I mean, we're going to see, but
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, that was
He's
a good
excited.
game. I was
Look at his
watching that.
face. He's excited.
I got faith in my boy.
There it is.
Yes.
I
I
got
love
faith
how
in
it
his
just
boy.
ended like that. I got faith in
Yeah, that was the main point. That's all we needed to know.
No,
Anyway.
you froze up again, and then it continued and goes, I got faith in my boy.
All we heard was I got faith in my boy. And we're
I
like,
bet,
you know what?
We don't have the best service here in Hawaii.
No,
It's
listen,
all
you're
good. You
enjoying yourself.
probably spent that whole 40 seconds saying exactly that. So it summed it up perfectly when it popped in and said, I got faith in my boy. It was a perfect summary.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
good.
dude. I was just running off statistics and everything else I had in my head. I came prepared for this conversation. But don't worry. Taylor will be doing all the talking for me, all right? Just wait Thursday night, bro.
There you go. There you go.
We shall see. Next game we got Steelers-Bills, 23-16. The Steelers took it. Bills looked a little slow to start off. I know Steelers special teams had something to do with that, the block punt for a touchdown. Overall, though, I mean, I'm sure these teams are going to be seeing each other soon, possibly playoffs type of thing,
Yeah,
we'll definitely see that matchup again.
Steelers are going to steal it, right? I feel like they start off the season so hot every single year. They do so well in the beginning. It's kind of the end of the year that you have to worry about. For the Bills, this was a very big game for them, and they had to win this. They had to win that. Not had to win it, but they wanted to start their season off right. They're talking about a Super Bowl run. They're talking about they have a chance to beat teams like Kansas City, teams like the Ravens, but it's just you got to put your money where your mouth is. You know what I'm saying? You want to beat the top dogs. You got to beat the guys right there in that middle tier who are still tough. I'm not taking anything away from Pittsburgh here, but basically, going into a season where you're predicting yourself to win a Super Bowl, you should at least be winning that first game to kind of get that momentum, get that edge going, and hopefully keep something going. But if not, this is just a wake-up call for them that maybe they are a beatable team. They need to be firing on all cylinders, and they can't be only playing it kind of, like you said, it seemed like they were playing for 3 out of 4 quarters. They just got off to such a slow start and banged them up. So we'll see what they got next game, but I wasn't that impressed by them.
Yeah, for sure.
That slow start really hurt them at the beginning. They came out, I mean, looked like they just look sluggish. I mean, I feel like Josh Allen gets into a rhythm, that offense gets into a rhythm, they'll be fine.
Yeah, definitely. Plenty of time in the season. Exactly.
Yeah. That one surprised me, though. It did surprise me.
Yeah.
It did surprise me. Go ahead.
49ers beat the Lions 41-33. I don't think there's much to talk about there. We saw a couple plays from Trey Lance here and there, nothing too serious. I mean, we expected the 49ers to beat them, so we'll roll right through with that. We had the Bengals beating the Vikings in overtime, 27-24. Jamar Chase balled out.
I called it, bro. I told you. I told everybody, bro. Jamar Chase, man, he's going to be a problem. And him and Joey Burrow back together, just love to see it.
Yep.
Bengals still need to build up on a couple other things, definitely on the defensive side. But they're a young team, man. That's what everyone keeps forgetting. A lot of these guys are still on rookie contracts. They're going to be for a little bit. If they can start finding some pieces around, I know they're in a super tough division. I'm not expecting them to come out and, win it or anything. But what I am expecting is just, I'm excited to see what happens for them this season and how they can kind of capitalize on games like this, because unlike the Bills, this is a huge momentum grabber for them. And, they might be able to take this and kind of run. So we'll see how it goes, but shout out to the Bengals, man. Shout out to Jamar Chase and shout out to Joe Burrow.
Yeah, and we'll try and run through this a little quicker. So we got the Cardinals crushing the Titans 38-13. Titans defense shaky. Titans offense is shaky. I mean, we said it from the jump. Some people didn't want to listen to us. I won't call out your name, Jose. But it was just crazy. It was crazy. I got attacked on my YouTube because I said the Titans defense ain't up there yet. And then now here we are letting up 38 points to Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. So that's all I had to say on that. Just wanted to let it be known. We had some other good games. Chiefs beat the Browns 33-29. That game was phenomenal. Yeah. That was fun to see for sure. Another shocker. Dolphins beat Patriots 17-16. Not a shocker on my end because I thought the Dolphins were going to win, but just shocker that, I mean, they ain't really – I don't want to say not that they had it all together, but just that both teams weren't clicking where they need to be clicking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you expect the Patriots to come out firing week one just because they're always so prepared and ready. Yep. And you expect the Dolphins, who is coached and led by Bill Belichick's other coach, Brian Flores, you expect him to come out ready. So, I mean, obviously the Dolphins came out a little bit more ready, but you also had the Patriots undrafted rookie fumble as well to lose the game. So, a lot of things happening there.
That game felt like a chess match. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like you make mistakes in chess and you're like, damn, like, well, I can get him back on the next move. Like, there were plays where you're like, wow, like, this is awesome. And then there were plays where you're like, what the hell was that kind of thing? Like, you know, like, it was, they would get momentum, they'd slow down. They'd get momentum, they'd slow down. It was so all over the place. But overall, dude, it was, I thought that game was kind of exciting more than anything. Like, you know, not as crazy with like points and things like that, but it was just, it was cool to see both football minds after it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was a nice battle.
Yeah, for sure. Next game, Panthers beating the Jets, trying to hold it off to last. 19-14 was the final. Listen, I didn't expect nothing. I was going in there just happy to be there. The Jets were asleep the first half. All gas, no brakes. They were asleep the first half. That can't happen. I was very disappointed to see that in Robert Saleh and the Jets. But I mean, what we did see is Wilson has a cannon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that guy, the offensive line was terrible, and he still survived to make the throws, made it close at the end. One thing I got to bring up, all right? Two things I'll bring up. First off, Sam Darnold. He had a good game. I mean, I expected him to be better with the Panthers and the Jets, no doubt. But, I mean, he could have added an extra 100 yards and a couple more touchdowns if he was accurate. He had multiple bad throws. It was – I didn't like those parts of it, but obviously he has the one touchdown to Robbie Anderson, both former Jets. I'm sure it made him feel good to also get the win. One other thing. I don't know if you guys saw this. Shaq Thompson and Jermaine Carter, the Panthers linebackers, announced an hour before the game they're changing their jersey numbers from 54 and 56 to 7 and 4. How do you guys feel about that? Because I thought that was absolutely bullshit.
Right before the game?
An hour before the game, not even joking. I think, and let me just explain myself. I think it's BS for the Jets because that's how do you go all season promoting their 56 to 54 and then you change it an hour before the game? That's absurd to the announcers who are trying to call the game properly, and you change their numbers like that. And that's absurd to the fans. You made the fans buy these jerseys all off season just to switch it on purpose an hour before the game. Get the fuck out. Come on, man. That's just wrong. That's wrong on all levels in my eyes.
What was their reasoning for it?
Stop that.
Stop that.
The only thing I could think of is that they did it so the Jets were practicing with thinking that Shaq Thompson and Jermaine Carter were 56, 54.
Well, yeah, you got your offensive linemen calling out 55, 54. Now they have to realize they're like, it's just confusing. Yeah, I get it.
It's just a little tactic to throw off the other team. And I mean, you got to use what you get. I get it. But that's going from using it against your team, like the injury reports. That's solely you don't want to put it out yet because you're trying to not let the team know that this guy's hurting, right? It's all it's affecting the other team. In this case, you're affecting the announcers, the fans that bought the jerseys. Announcers trying to just do their jobs, and you're switching it last minute. You know how hard it is to sit there and remember each person's number, write it down on a list, get that all set up for yourself, and then you switch it to 7 and 4.
Pronunciations too, everything that goes along with it. That's kind of ridiculous. I didn't think that you'd even be able to do that in the NFL. I thought the NFL was saying, like, get the fuck out of here. No way.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy. That was just a couple of my takeaways from that game. We'll keep it rolling. So we had the Broncos beating the Giants 27-13. Daniel Jones, 40 career turnovers, 28 games. I think we're seeing what he really is. He has a couple of
just about to say the exact same
yeah,
thing. You took the words
it's
right out of
just
my
come
mouth.
on.
He's not good,
We
bro.
don't.
He's just not good. He's just not good. I'm sorry. I did. You
No,
could just
yeah,
leave that.
exactly.
He's just not good. It's that simple. Year 3, bro. He's still making the same exact mistakes he has been for the past 2. I'm sorry for Giants fans. Like I've been all summer. I've been ridiculing them. Like I said, I was hoping that they were going to do good. I'm out of it, bro. This is horrible. You guys need to get a brand new quarterback, a brand new offense, an offensive line. There's so many missing pieces. It blows my mind.
Oh, dude, if I could get it, I'm sorry. Go on, AG.
No, I was just gonna say I'm just glad he's showing his true colors. I mean, if you were watching and paying attention, you always knew it. But now it's like really at that point where we all know a particular Jets fan who was all over Daniel Jones all the last couple years, who was just hitting us up this morning, sending us theses on why they should pick up Spencer Rattler of all quarterbacks.
No,
from
hey, that was Dan.
But
that was Dan.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I'm saying he's finally even waking up too. It's like, Danny, like this guy was on your side, like, and you're waking him up. Like it's getting bad, brother. It's getting bad.
Yeah.
His fantasy name. His fantasy name is Danny Dimes. Like change that immediately.
Danny Nichols.
Is, I mean, at this point, bro, you blame Gettleman, you fire that man, you start over next year. Yep. You keep Joe Judge, you keep Joe Judge if you like him as the coach. Other than that, you restart everything new because he could have had a chance. Daniel Jones could have had a chance to be successful in New York. And what did you do? Almost the same exact thing that the Jets did. You ruined him by not giving him a line. He has nothing to work with. And and as it was brought up by Dan as well, they only allowed 2 sacks. It doesn't matter. It's about pressure. It's about how quickly they get there. If he has to move when he's supposed to plant, if he has to run to the right when he's throwing left, like there's all these things that go into it other than if he was sacked or not. So the fact that you guys didn't spend a single draft pick this year on an O lineman, you've known for the last 5 years with Eli that it was terrible and a shit show. You spent 1 first-round pick, which is Andrew Thomas, who was the worst out of the 4 left tackles in the group. That draft, you guys got issues. Fire Gettleman, move on at this point. That's my say on the Giants, man.
I couldn't agree more, man. You hit the nail on that.
We'll speed it up real quick. So Saints kill the Packers, 38-3. I think we talked about that.
touched on that.
Stop that.
Yeah.
Yep. Then we had the Rams beat the Bears. I didn't write down the score on that one. I must have
34-14. 34-14.
Thank you very much. I just want to say one thing. Jalen Ramsey is unreal. Unreal. The guy, they have him lining up almost as like a roaming linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a safety at this point. He's like a Jamal Adams, Isaiah Simmons at this point. The dude was lining up in slot to play the run. Name me any other corner that does that because they don't. This dude is insane.
Bro. He's different.
Yeah, Jalen's a dog, man. Jalen's a dog. Matthew Stafford had a day. So I like your pick better now, Russo and John, if you're listening. I like it. And we got Ravens Raiders tonight.
Yes, sir. Very exciting. Real quick, we'll recap our bets because they were not pretty. My college football picks are pretty, though. But, if you're following NFL, definitely keep an eye on what we're picking. It's questionable. I went
we'll be better.
1-4. Yeah,
we'll be better next week.
We always get better.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Like I said, I put in my.
We're rusty too, all right.
Yeah, and like I said, if I went with the first bets I picked, I would have went 4-1. But I switched on them last second. What'd you guys end up with? 1-4 each?
Bro, I lost every bet. So I had that plus 680 bet for both Kansas City and the Browns to score over 30 points. Browns scored 29. That was a heater.
That's
of
rough.
a bet. Throw $100 to win 680. That was right there. I took Stafford over 2.5 touchdowns. That happened. He had 3. I took Jets plus 3.5.
We definitely had some excuses. Yeah. We definitely had some excuses.
I checked on Sunday morning, it's plus 3.5. It's like most people haven't thrown the bets. I took them plus 5. That hit. I'm sorry. Sorry for the rest of the betting.
I went 1-4. I went 1-4.
So we got some excuses this week. We'll get it better next week. But we'll wrap up this show right here. Russo's Playbook, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Bets are on our social medias at Russo's Playbook, at It's a Little Black 22, at It's a G400. We'll catch y'all next week.